Okay guys, hello, we are back here. So this will be simply be a breakdown video of how I made $2,900 today trading OZ. And the first trade was simply a silver bullet trade, and the second was simply a trade to check into during the new kill zone here. So I'm going to break it down how I came up with the idea and even the entire thought process here. So this is how it simply is. Normally trading silver bullet time, I'm going to go back to in time here. Actually, I'm going to add some screenshots here. Okay, let's go back to 3 a.m. candle. In this case, I'll pay attention to a 5-minute chart always whenever I'm trading a silver plate. Okay, so I moved down to the 5-minute chart, right? Anton said he closed the other trade, yeah? Sorry, bro. But then still in the money. I believe he closed with money. Okay, looking this thing on a 5-minute chart, right? We look at this. First thing first, I want to see a 5 minutes, in this case, liquidity grab. We do have this. This will be the buy side liquidity here. However, you can also consider this high, because this high here, let's mark this high, let's make it properly. This high here has been taken out here, exactly here, right? This high has been taken out here. If you can, let's zoom out, this high here has been taken out. In this case, this was my buy side liquidity. So once we have buy side liquidity, I simply waited for what I wanted market to get some sort of market structure shift, right? In this case, market structure shift. So which means we'll just click the play button. So where is it? Jump to, okay. In this case, we had a next 5 minutes candle here. It was a huge displacement candle, right? Once we have a displacement candle here, this is what I was looking for. In this case, I marked this as my market structure shift here. 5 minutes chart. I didn't move in this on OZ. I didn't switch to 5 minutes chart. I only paid attention to this. In this, we have in this high low. In this case, make this down close candles here and my bearish breaker here. This was the simplest trade, guys. I didn't have to look at bias or anything like that. However, I know that I was bearish in this case, or on OZ. This was a breaker, and I marked this as well as a bearish order block as well here. This was just a simple setup, order block there, and I was simply anticipating to take a trade here. Stops above the high here, and I was simply targeting 6644. That was my main objective, 6644 down below this low. However, even though we're targeting, even if we target the support flow like this, right, but eventually our main aim, our main goal is simply taking some partials along the way, right? So in this case, I didn't take a limit order here. In this case, guys, I waited for price to return back into my entry, and then we added that push it upside there. And when you got this, I think on Kiwi, price was almost there, and then after then, waited for it to push back again up. Yes, I remember this, talking to this guys, look at this thing doesn't want to fill us in here in this setup, and then we push again, and then this trade, they didn't fill us in, and then I believe the following candle is the one that got us filled in here. Yes, we got filled, and unfortunately this is going to be a replay mode, so price won't be moving as smooth as how we were taking this type of trades, right? However, if I can show you in this case here, let me just use this here. If you can take a good look in this case here, this is exactly where we entered the trade here. So setup as 606673 here. This was our entry, stop loss. Again, here's the signal here. AUDUSD sell at 0.66675, SL 6673, TP 6644. That was the trade, how we took the trade actually here, and I'm going to show you. And then price played out and started playing out. In this case for me, guys, I'm an aggressive trader, so every chance I get, I make sure that I secure some partials. I think below this low here, it's exactly where I took off some partials here. This is where I took off that $800 here in this case. Then I went the rest of the trade run, and eventually it pushed below that low, but it reversed, man, and to stop me out at break even there here. So which means, yes, I wasn't really worried about being stopped out, because we took out some profits, right? And this thing here, and like I mentioned to the group today, that we always targeting 2.5 because there's 2.49 here, but I was a little bit too ambitious with this targets here. So this is the first trade here, how I made that $800 here, and then I'll just jump to the next one of how I made that $2,000. To that is actually $2,099. So I'm gonna cancel this replay mode here. Yes, we out, we exit this. Let's go look at 50 minutes chart here. And this was a bit, there was a lot that came into this setup here. If you want to do it, should we do the whole thing here? The whole idea started on this 4-hour chart here. I'm gonna bring in Kiwi as well here. Let's bring Kiwi on the other side, because this idea, it was based on this move here. Okay, good. This is exactly it here. So let me just clear this one up here. This was the first entry. Let's look at this. I'm gonna mark this but this we're going to use it here. We're going to use this limit opening. I'm going to keep it there. So the first idea is that I was looking at OZ. In this case, I saw this. Okay, we do have this internal range liquidity on Q here, right? A fair value gap. We tap into it, and then on Q here we don't have that fair value gap, right? Okay, actually price traded above that fair value gap. That was the first thing that I saw in this. Okay. In this case, we have internal range liquidity. The second thing is that once we have internal range liquidity, the next thing that I need in this case, I need SMT. In this case, we look at this fair value gap candle and the last candle here, right? Obviously, on Kiwi, we didn't take out that high. However, on OZ, price took out that high. So ideally, for me, I was looking for a chance to go short Kiwi because in this, to me, signal indicated, okay, Kiwi was the weakest one. However, because of the trade that I took earlier on today on the OZ, yes, Kiwi was the weakest one. That's how it signaled, but Kiwi was the slowest moving one. So I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to jump straight to O's. In this case, we have internal range liquidity here, SMT, check, and as well. So I can move down to, and again, once I have this, I simply switch down to what? This was before this candle, right? Let me just, I want a proper chart here. Then in this case, we had this, we move back down into this, because this here, my focus was simply on the 15-minute chart, and it from 4-hour chart, time frame alignment, down to the 15-minute chart here. And on the 15-minute chart, 15 minutes off. Let's push back here to our set of boss candles here. Again, this I wanted to pay attention to where's the SMT candle. It's gonna be this two high candle, right? This is gonna be the candle from that SMT, and on Kiwi we have that internal range liquidity. So okay, what do we see in this case? Where's the London session size? In this case, we have this high right here. London session high has been taken out, which means the market in this case, absolutely, again, my overall bias I'm bearish, and in this case market has no reason to go to the upside. We took a London session size, which means now we should be anticipating lower prices, which makes this the up close candle here. This mark this up close candle as my high probability order block. So I want to see price trading below, closing below this order block. This trade, this will be the order block, or aka the change of state of delivery. This is all I was waiting for here, and I wanted to see if price will push below these levels, and we waited and we waited and we waited. In this case, when I was looking at this setup here, I was also looking at euro, pound, and as well as Q. I was paying attention to those four setups, but eventually I only took this setup on OZ. However, GBPUSD was so beautiful, and euro as well was so beautiful, guys. So which means in this case, it's safe to say I left way too much money on the table today, but I wasn't gonna sell this two. I mean, these four markets are all correlated, so taking the trades, which means I would have been overexposed, right? I waited for a breakup, price to break below this low here first. I want to see price breaking below this low, and that would have been my market style shift here. And then price finally breach below this level. Once price break below this level, in this case we have this order block here, and within this order block we also have what? We also have a fair value gap, right? So again, guys, look at this. I'll only pay attention to two time frames, right? On the fair value gap here. Now we're waiting for price to turn back up to the fair value gap, then fair value gap, looking for fair value gap entry there, stops above this high here, and objective here, the TP that sent to a group is actually 6628. Yeah, too ambitious on that one. 6628 over there. Where 6628? But we don't need a 6628, by the way, because for me personally, I need 3 hour a day, but I had to close my position early before even it reaches these levels, because I feel like I made a bit too much for the day here. Because yeah, well, not aggressive at all. Considering the past few months that I've been hitting a lot of break-even trades, guys. I've been hitting a lot of break-even trades. So yeah, so now whenever I trade, or maybe getting that 2.5 hour, I simply collapse my trade. So this one, in this case, market start shift here, and I was waiting for price to turn back into. I remember saying this to the group, wait for it. Wait, I mean, where's my group here today? AMD campus group. Let me just check here. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, that was in the morning. Okay, I was waiting for price to turn back up to these levels. Let's see, and then boom, price came back, and again price here won't be as smooth as they normally are, right? And this right here, this was the OZ back into the level right here, into the entry, and that is how I eventually did what? This is how I eventually said, okay guys, it is time for us to go short this thing. And here it is right here, and OZ again, sell OZ USD sell at 0.6665, and SL, and this one was our TP exactly right there on those levels, and we were anticipating what? Lower prices from here, and then signal sent, expecting lower prices. We tagged in, and eventually price simply did what? Push lower. It was simply moving sideways, but boom, to the downside, and here we are today. I closed my position when price took off this low here. I closed this way, I closed my position because I don't need this entire thing that's down below this level. That's how I made it, simply that $2,000. So I'm done for the day, which means there will be no silver bullet trade for me. And today I will see you guys on the next one, and that will be tomorrow. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Let's grow this channel, guys. So small here, and yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers, I'm out.